It was too little too late for the Dallas Stars as the Florida Panthers take Game 1 of the NHL Global Series by a final score of 6-4. Let's break it all down next on Locked On Star.
Your Locked On Stars, your daily podcast on the Dallas Stars. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Howdy, Stars fans. I'm Joey Erickson, former producer of 105 Through the Fan. Please be sure to subscribe. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. And as always, thank you so much for making us a part of your day and making us your first listen. Well, that was an ugly one this afternoon. The Dallas Stars get handed their first home loss of the season as the Florida Panthers take Game 1 of this NHL Global Series in Finland by a final score of 6-4. Welcome to a post-game reaction here on Locked On Stars. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, drop a like, and drop a comment below. We're going to talk about this one for about 15 minutes or so, and then we're going to burn the tape and move on tomorrow, and hopefully the Stars can force the split because, frankly, I think the Stars should probably burn the tape in this one as well. It was all Florida Panthers from puck drop in this one, and the Stars got a rude awakening because they sleptwalked their way through the first 10 minutes. And look, the Stars looked like a team that had been off for 7 days? It had been a while, and the pageantry of the NHL Global Series probably didn't help. They were just standing around with some of the introductions, and Florida looked like the team that had played more recently. They played on Tuesday before coming over to Finland, and the Panthers just dominated. And by the time the Stars sort of got into their game, Florida had already opened up a multi-goal lead, and Dallas was playing from behind the entire game. And that's just not suitable for success against the defending Stanley Cup champions. The Stars got to see what a champion looks like and one of the favorites to do it again this season. The Stars added a couple of late to make the score look better than it really was, but it was all Florida. And look, the offense wasn't actually a huge issue in the game. I thought the Stars created plenty of chances. They had enough opportunities to tie the game or at least make this a more competitive one, but Bobrovsky was good, but the Stars did not help themselves out in their own zone. They coughed up the puck. They burped it up way too much, especially in that first 20 minutes. It was a rough opening 20. It was hard to watch, and it felt like a season opener almost because it had been a while, and you could tell the Stars were ready for the moment, or maybe the moment was just a bit too emotional because of all the Finns, and there's just some extra gravity to it, and they were a bit slow off the hop. The moment wasn't too big, but maybe some of the pageantry of it all and the long week in Finland, maybe it just caused them to have a really, really slow start. But I thought their forecheck was good, and they did create some offense. That fourth line was fantastic. If you want to pull a positive out of the game, let's go ahead and get to that. It's Mavrik Bourque. Mavrik Bourque played his best game of the season, and he picks up his first career NHL goal. So congratulations to Bourque. That fourth line was really good in the contest. He's the sixth player now in NHL history to pick up his first career goal away from North America over in Europe. So congrats to him. He played a really, really solid game. Jamie Benn gets one late off a nice feed from Stankoven. Esa Lindell scored a pretty goal. The Robertson setup was gorgeous. What a pass from Robo. But look, it was all Florida, and they got Barkov'd in this one. Barkov ended up with 4 points. God, he's such a dominant player in all three zones. Such a dominant player. And the Stars got to see firsthand what he can do in the offensive zone. He was really good in his own zone as well. But other than that, it was just a really, really tough game for the Stars, and one that's almost even hard to sort of discuss on a little post-game reaction because, look, Florida's a great team. Dallas is a great team. they didn't show it tonight. It's sort of how I'm taking this one, and hopefully they can build off some of the momentum they created in that third period. But you can look at the 5-on-5 play in the first period. The Panthers' Corsi for percentage, 77%. They had 11 scoring chances in the first period alone. They outchanced the Stars in that first period by a healthy margin, along with the high danger chances. But if you look at the overall totals, Stars had more scoring chances, 37 to Florida's 25. But you have to take into account Florida, after they scored that third period goal right off the hop, that pretty much blew the air out of the tires for the Stars. And look, special teams will give it, and special teams will take it away. Dallas goes 0 for 3 on the power play. They had some good looks, but once again, they didn't execute. Florida picks up a power play goal. They also get that shorthanded goal, and that was sort of the proverbial dagger in the game. It made it 4-2 at the time. Reinhart got loose and just completely sniped Jake Ottinger. And he's one of the best goal scorers over the past few seasons in the NHL alone. Gets his 8th of the season already. He has a NHL leading 3 shorthanded goals. So all the big boys made their presence known for Florida. And we talked about it on today's preview of the NHL Global Series. I said Dallas has to find a way to stop the Barkov line. Got to find a way to do that. And it was not possible. Bobrovsky was good. He wasn't fantastic. I mean, the goal from Sagan was nice to get Dallas on the board. Shot it from beneath the end line. He actually banked it off the left skate of Bobrovsky and into the back of the net. Hey, Lyubushkin picks up a couple of helpers. Duchesne with a multi-point night as well. So his point streak continues to 5 games, and I'm trying to pull some of the positives out of it, but it was sort of ugly at points. And look, Jake had to deal with some tough opportunities. I mean, the first 3 goals he faced were tips, or the first 2 were deflections. 3 of the 6 were deflections. Barkov had a wide open chance basically in the slot, and Otter was partially screened on that one. He would want the 2 third period goals back. You could certainly put on him, but look, Dallas was so atrocious in front of him. The defense was not great, to say the least. But look, you can burn it. You can burn this one, and you can move on. I think that's sort of the conversation that's going to happen. And they had some pride in the third period, which was good. Hey, Esa Lindell gets on the board. You can be happy about that. In Finland, a lot of the Finnish players had big nights. Anton Lundell picked up a goal for Florida, and Lindell had a couple of assists in the game as well. I thought Miro was, okay in the game, and we're going to continue to be hard on him. He needs to be better, right? He just simply needs to be better. There's a lot of room for improvement tomorrow, and I think you're going to see a much better Stars team. And as someone that hates back-to-backs and doesn't enjoy them, I think this is a great back-to-back for the Stars. They need to get back on the ice and sort of work through any of their issues, or at least get back on the train a bit so they can continue to build off what they did in that third period. Let's take a short break. We'll come back. We'll talk about the Stars, some of the adjustments they need to make in tomorrow's game if they want to force the split against a very, very good Florida squad. We'll do that in just a moment. Today's episode of Locked On Stars is brought to you by FanDuel. Get ready to tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com to join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Today's post-game reaction is also brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in award winnings. PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. You can download the PrizePicks app. I have. It takes 30 seconds. It's free. It's available on the Google Play Store and the App Store. And you can use the code LOCKEDONNHL to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 bet. You don't even have to win. So download PrizePicks. You can do hockey. You can do football. You can do soccer. You name it, they have it. Download the app today. Use code LOCKEDONNHL to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game. The Panthers take game 1 of the NHL Global Series by a final score of 6-4 this afternoon. Dallas will look for the split tomorrow, 11 o'clock puck drop on Saturday morning. So be ready for that before college football gets underway, as hopefully the Stars will put together a much more complete 60 minutes on Saturday. Really, the one adjustment Dallas needs to make isn't necessarily strategic systems, just have a much better compete level. Florida outworked Dallas for a majority of this hockey game, just completely outworked them. And I should have gotten to this in the first segment, but completely outworked them. Power play, the PK especially, the way Florida plays is just hard all the time. And you could tell Dallas was flustered because of how quickly Florida gets onto you. Just when you think you have some time and space, boom, there is multiple sweaters right there. Sort of how Dallas plays when they're at their best, where they're just killing plays all over the ice. And Dallas just needs to match that intensity because Florida will not give an inch. And guys like Sam Bennett, right? Sam Reinhart, of course, Barkov. And you have Ekblad on the back end who picked up 3 points on the night as well. Like, just every one of their players is bought in to compete at such a high level, and Dallas has to match that. They have to match that if they want to find a way to pick up 2 points. And if you split, you're going to feel really, really good coming back home. And look, you lose a couple of the games, it's not the end of the world. It's November 1st and 2nd. We get it, but these points count, man. These points count. Stars want to keep pace with the Winnipegs of the world that can't seem to lose. So you pick up 2 points, you come back home, you feel good. Look, I'll say this. I will not be surprised if Jake Ottinger starts. Pete DeBoer hinted that that is a possibility, but he does want to get some players into the lineup. I wouldn't say Jake was necessarily too busy in the game. He was busier than both netminders, but I don't know if he was strained, so to speak. I could see him going again because I think Pete is like, okay, like that was a dud. We need our number one man back in between the pipes, even though they do want to stay away from him from playing in back-to-backs. But this would be the one circumstance you could see him playing just because it had been a while. It had been, 8 days? He had a full 7 days a rest, and he had a stinker. You have to imagine he's going to be better tomorrow. We'll see if Bobrovsky goes again. Otherwise, we will see Spencer Knight. But I just, look, as simple as it may sound, you just have to outwork this team. You have to find a way. And it's hard because more often than not, out of all, 32 teams now in the NHL, they're outworking everybody in the entire league. And they showed it. But I think, look, the Stars are they're gonna fix their defensive zone issues. They came into the game, giving up 1 point, 8-9 goals per game. It was number one in the league. and Florida exposed them because that's what they did. And Dallas had some chances in the game to get back into it, right? I don't want to leave not making that point because Stars were in and around it, but it was ugly. It was ugly from a lot of different components. However, the offense had some life towards the end, and that's what the Stars are going to hopefully ride into tomorrow morning, or at least tomorrow afternoon in Finland. Should be a fun contest. I will not be doing a post-game reaction tomorrow. Have a busy day of driving ahead of me. It's going to be a crazy few weeks that begins on Sunday. I might as well get this out there now. I'll be going on a 3-week-long road trip with the Ice Rays, the team I work for. So my schedule may be all kinds of messed up, but do not worry. I'll be putting out episodes every single day because that's what we do here on Locked On Stars. Just the schedule could be really wonky. So you're going to have to bear with me for the next few weeks, but that's just that's just sort of how it's going to be. Stars get handed their first home loss, in quotations, first home loss of the season. They will be the away team tomorrow. Panthers take game 1 of the 2-game set in the NHL Global Series by a final score of 6-4. That'll do it for a post-game reaction. I'll go ahead and get out of here. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. Enjoy the games tomorrow, and we will talk about it on a Monday. And that's what I will see you next. So long, Stars fans.